Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to a new video. This is that Snapchat Yellow C6. This is how to replace your rear brakes on a 2009 C6 Corvette. Okay, so I was getting ready to go to a car meet and my brakes started making weird noise, and so I looked at the back and my rear brakes are pretty much gone. I'm pretty sure it's into the rotor a little bit, so it's kind of a mess up on my part there. I'm getting ready to jack this thing up, pull the brakes off, maybe pull the rotors off, depends on what they look like, and go get the parts fixed. The car meet I'm supposed to be at is at 7 and it's 6:05, so I don't really think I'm gonna be there on time, and I'm supposed to pick somebody up before I go. Probably not gonna go too well, but I wanted to make a video on this. I promise you guys I'd make more content, so this is what that is. So this is how to replace your rear brakes on a 2009 C6 Corvette. First things first, probably gonna have to go and jack the car up here. Alright, quick tip. Before you get it completely jacked up off the ground, go ahead and loosen your lug nuts. Technically you could just leave the car in gear since it's rear-wheel drive, but I prefer this method. So I'm gonna go ahead and loosen all my lug nuts on both sides of my rear tires, and then we'll move on. Alright, so we normally have a bigger four-way prong to loosen these tires up. My mechanic probably put them back on with an impact wrench, I'm guessing. Alright y'all, we got it loose. One of us stood on one side while the other one pushed up. Hopefully you have better tools than I do. Alright, now we're going to loosen the other side and then jack the car up. Alright guys, so next up we're going to want to take off our caliper bracket. Yeah, so you want a 3/8 drive or whatever size ratchet you need, and then a 21mm socket. Is that better? Alright, there's two of them. I want to try and show you guys what I'm looking at here. I'm not sure if you can see it or not. You see right around the back side here, there's one here, and then there's one the exact same down below it. You're going to loosen those two. Alright y'all, so I waited too long and stuck into the rotors too much. It's kind of stuck in this groove. So I'm probably going to have to replace the rotors, which is fine. So to get this off, we're going to have to undo the actual brake caliper so we can release the pads to get it off here. Alright, almost the same as before guys. It's just 2 bolts for the brake caliper, and that is a 15mm socket. Alright guys, once you pull off the actual caliper bolts, look like that. There's just going to be 2 of them. Then the whole caliper will come off. Most of the time the brakes pads will come with it, but since mine are so messed up, also you're not really supposed to let this hang down, so try and keep it up on something there. Alright, so as you can see, these pads are pretty well toast, and if you look down at the bottom here, I don't know if the camera will pick it up. I don't think it will. If we look down here at the bottom, you'll see that it's kind of gotten to the rotors. It's ate into it right there where it's uneven. You're going to do the same thing for both sides. Typically, if I already had the parts here ready to go, then you got to loosen up the cap on the brake fluid cap. You got to loosen the brake fluid cap up, and then you take a C-clamp, and we're going to run this back all the way in. That way when we put the new pads in there, it'll fit. But I don't have the parts here, so me and Trevor are going to take a run to O'Reilly's to pick it up, and we'll be right back. one more thing. I almost forgot to take the rotors off. Alright, so to get the rotors off on the C6 Corvette, you're going to have these little spinny tabs here. There's 2 of them. I really don't know the best method to take these off. I just try to grab one of these little teeth right here on them and spin it around. I don't know if you can see that or not. You can actually just unscrew it with your hand if you get your hand on it. Be careful, it is kind of sharp though. It can definitely cut you if you're not careful. But now, as you can see, that frees up the rotor. So you can pull off the rotor here, and then we can go get this replaced. Alright guys, this is probably going to be the same video for y'all, but I went to O'Reilly's. They don't have the back brakes in stock, or the rear rotors either. It'll be there at 10 in the morning, so that's kind of the only option I have there. So, I'm going to call it for today. If you're watching the video, it's just going to skip forward to tomorrow when we finish this, but anyways, that's that. Alright y'all, I'm a little ticked off at the moment. I ordered from O'Reilly's yesterday drilled rotors, or heavy duty rotors as they like to call them, and I had to wait till today to get them. And then I should have checked before I even left, but I opened the box up and they're the base model brakes, and I paid for the Z51 brakes. So I'm kind of ticked off. I'm about to go back to O'Reilly's and get this mess figured out. Maybe they can get me something by the end of the day, I don't know. I'll be back as soon as I can. Alright y'all, so I called O'Reilly's where I live. It's going to be 4:45 today before they can fix the issue and get the brakes that I need. Somebody ordered the wrong part. It's fine, everybody makes mistakes. It's just aggravating when you're taking up garage space here and you can't move your car. But it is what it is. Everything's cool. So this afternoon I'm going to go pick up the actual rotors I need and throw them on the car, and I'll finish videoing then. So you guys hang tight. It's only going to be like a second for y'all.
Guys, welcome back to the channel.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Alright, so update from this morning. Went back to O'Reilly's to pick up my brakes, and they made it right, and they did me a solid, so I appreciate that. To the boys at O'Reilly's in Thomasville, North Carolina, you guys are a huge help. But anyways, I got the right brake rotors now, so we're getting ready to put those on. So if you remember where we left off, which you will because it was like 5 seconds ago, we had just ran the cylinder back in the brake caliper, or the piston. I'm getting ready to throw the rotors on here so you guys can see that. And then everything we do on this side is exactly the same on both sides, so I'm not going to do both on the video. But anyways, let's go ahead and pop into it. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and throw this rotor on here. Okay, and then if you remember, we had these little twisties. We have these little twisties here we got to put back on here.
I do.
Alright, I cannot find the other piece. So, we must be doing something right, because at least one nut or bolt or something that we normally try to get back on the car that came off of it doesn't show back up. So we're right on pace here. Alright, so next we want to put on our caliper bracket here. So that's going to be the 2 big screws. Alright, you want to tighten those back down about as hard as you can, hand tight. There'll probably be somebody in the comments telling me I need to use a torque wrench, and they're probably right, but that's not our style around here. Okay. Alright, do your best not to touch the actual surface of the pad. And I forgot to get the stuff you put on the back of here, but it's going to be alright.
Got some up there in the toolbox, in the rim one.
Do we?
Sure, in the bottom. Got something up there in the top.
Alright. And we want to tighten these 2 up as well. Remember, there's 2 that hold the caliper bracket on, and then 2 that actually hold the caliper on.
Yeah.
The one for the actual caliper is only 15 millimeter.
Yeah.
Alright guys, good practice. Again, I've already done Already done one side here. We're good. All I have to do is put my wheel and tire, or my wheels back on. Don't forget to put your cap back on your brake fluid reservoir. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll throw the wheel on here and we'll go test them out and see how they do. Alright y'all, so we got both wheels back on and we ran them hand tight. We're going to drop it back down so we put some weight on the tires, that way we can tighten them up with the 4-way wrench. So first I got to drop it down.
Yeah.
Alright, so we are going to hop in the car after we move 50,000 other cars and we'll be good to go. Just test, make sure everything's still good. This is the warmest day I think we've had this year.
Like hell, it's hotter than nuts yesterday.
I don't know what the temperature is. My phone says 74, or my car says 74, but it feels like it's warmer than 74. Ready to test? Feel pretty regular to me.